know I got the receipts, girl. You know I got the receipts.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl Sweet Pea, and I am back with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome to the Sweet Pea Diaries. Be sure to like the video, share the video. Most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Okay, quick disclaimer before we get into it. I am driving. This is a kickback. This is a car chat. This is not a show, all right? I'm not on camera. This is just the kiki session, all right? For those that might not like this type of a video and you prefer my on-camera shows, this is not that type of video. So I just want to let you know that up front so you're not frustrated if you hear any background noise or if you hear me driving or if you hear the sound go in and out. I am driving and I cannot help the connection. These are the type of videos I do a lot with my subscribers. You know, we just drive on our way home and we just, you know, I just talk. You know what I'm saying? So if that's not something that you like or enjoy, please log out now. And I don't want to see any comments about, oh my God, the sound went out. Oh my God, the connection was bad. Oh my God, you're doing a lot of things in the background. I don't want to hear any of that because I gave the disclaimer in the beginning of the video. Okay. Okay. Now, who we got? We got Brenda King, Miss Jordan, All Things Cutie, and we got I Love Costco, my member. Now, I don't know if any of you know who Mr. Latruth and Mrs. Latruth. I don't know if you guys know those. I like it when Sweet Pea does stupid stuff. Car chat is the best. So I don't know if you guys know who they are. They are an internet couple. They're a social media couple. Mr. Latruth, I think, was out first. He was out first, and then he got married, and then here came Mrs. Latruth. So I don't know if you guys know them, but they are going through a pretty bad breakup publicly, and DV is involved. Now, before another disclaimer I'm going to issue, this conversation is going to be about DV, domestic violence. It's going to be pretty sensitive, you know. I'm going to share my thoughts on what I think is going on with them, but I'm not going to be judgmental of either side because I don't know them. I don't live in their home, so I can't say what goes on, right? We don't know. We don't live there, but I'm going to give my opinion as far as what I think about the family and the people that have been speaking out. See, that's the difference with me. Hey, natural girl. I'm not about to speak on these people's lives, and I'm not about to speak on their marriage itself because I don't know. I don't. I'm not there. I can't say what went on inside their home. Hey, Callie, 25, my proud member. You know what I'm saying? I can't say what he did or what he didn't do. I can speak from the perspective of what happens in a relationship that DV is happening because I've been in a situation like that. So I can speak from that perspective and from my own experiences. But I can't talk about Mrs. Latruth and Mr. Latruth, what went on in their home. I'm just going to give my observation about this family and the sister because, child. So, hey, coach. Hey, Mimi. So if you guys know who they are, raise your hand, give me a thumbs up or raise your hand in the chat. If you know who Mr. Latruth is and Mrs. Latruth, if you know who they are. Again, they are Instagram, Facebook famous, they're influencers, okay? Hi, the Healing Zone. They are influencers. So all things cutie knows. Brenda says no. Well, they are a Black couple. Natural Girl knows. Anivia Jackson knows. The Healing Zone knows. They are social media power couple. Young Black couple, young Black family. I believe they live in Atlanta, Georgia. And they do skits and stuff online, pranks. They're just social media influencers, and they have a pretty big following, millions total. I know Mr. Latruth has like 1.1 something million on Instagram. I think he has even more on Facebook, and I think she has almost 1 million on Instagram and then millions on Facebook. I think their following is larger on Facebook than it is Instagram and TikTok and stuff, but they're doing pretty well. I think they make a really good living on social media. I don't think that they work 9 to 5s. I think that their social medias is what carries them financially. They do have children. I believe they have he has children from a previous marriage, and then they have children together. I think they have maybe 2 together. I'm not sure, but how many theirs are together or their previous kids. I think maybe it's 1 that's a previous child, and then all the other children are theirs together. But yes, it's a blended family. They have children, and they are a couple that everyone aspires to be like. That whole, oh my God, it looks so great. Their life looks perfect. Oh man, your household, the comments that people leave. Wow, y'all look like y'all had fun. Wow, I would love to have a relationship like that. Everybody's around the fireplace and the Christmas tree. You know what I mean? And everything just looks perfect. Oh man, y'all are funny. Y'all do pranks. I bet you it's fun in that house. And now we're finding out that there is DV and different things that going on. So apparently, so they have one. The one child is the baby, I believe, right? The youngest one is the one that they have together, right? The baby. The little girl, the baby that she recently had. Isn't that the one that's theirs? She looks just like Brianna, the baby. So yeah, they are couple goals, Black love, all that shit. You know what I mean? Now, yeah, he did have stomach cancer recently. And he was, he lost a lot of weight. And, thank God he beat that, but he publicly just went through the whole cancer battle. So praise God for that, for his survival and him beating cancer, because anybody going through that, that was a tough situation. So, they publicly went through that. But Latruth, the husband, he's often criticized for being a clout chaser. They say that he posts anything and everything, that he's always online. He's always posting things for likes and he does anything for the internet. That's what a lot of people say about him. I really don't think he's funny. I've never really had a desire to follow either one of them. I've always gotten a feeling that they were trying hard. I always got the picture that the pranks were just overly scripted. And I could tell that he was the driving force behind the pages. I can tell that he really wants to be social media famous. That was just the feeling that I got from them. So now apparently they had a very public DV incident. And now she's coming out saying that the entire 6 years that they've been together, there's been DV. He even, his daughter from another relationship, a previous relationship, she came out on a video stating that he also put his hands on her, beat her with a belt, and left marks, and she was bleeding and all of this. And she was on video saying these things. The video was deleted, but then now I seen it on YouTube. Some page had it up on YouTube. Then family members have now been coming out. Brianna's sister, Brianna's Mrs. Latruth, Mrs. Latruth's sister came out speaking out. Brianna has come out speaking out, saying that she's on a journey for self-love and she doesn't want to publicly bash him. She doesn't want to do all of that. She just wants to go her way. They're going to co-parent and be friends. And his sister came out speaking for her brother, saying that she doesn't believe that there was any DV going on. She said, how can you say that DV was going on, but just recently, I guess they had a wedding renewal, and the sister's like, you planned an entire wedding renewal, but you're saying that you're going through DV. So the sister is very vocal, saying that she doesn't believe that her brother put his hands on Brianna. Also, the woman that he was with before, the older girl's mother, she's coming out saying that he also put his hands on her when they were together. Well, of course, his sister is speaking out about that, against that as well, saying that she doesn't believe that he did that to that girl. And the only reason why she's saying that is because Mrs. Latruth is paying her bills. And Mrs. Latruth has also bought her daughter and is coaching her to say things. So everybody has made a video. The other baby mama made a video. Brianna made a video. Brianna's sister made a video. The little girl made a video. Latruth's sister made a video. So everybody is speaking out. So my thoughts on this is simple. You don't know what goes on inside of people's homes. This is why I always tell people this whole social media, it is smoke and mirrors. It is nothing is what it seems. People can take photos and videos. They can be on camera 1 minute, and then the next, when they're off camera, they are miserable, depressed, lonely, violent, narcissists. They can be all these things. Nothing is what it seems. That's why you don't lust after other people's lives. Hey, Jack the Voice, you don't lust after what other people have. You never look at someone from a social media lens and think that they have a perfect life, because it's never what it seems. These people do this stuff for clout. They do this stuff for fame. Their job is to make you believe and buy into their happiness when they could be some of the loneliest, most miserable people on this planet. And that's what we do now. That's what social media is. Everybody looks at people's pictures and videos and they think, wow, I wish I had that. That's why social media is a blessing and a curse. That's why you got to limit the time that your children is on social media, because you can become so engulfed into social media that you really can believe this is reality, that it's real life. And it's all smoke and mirrors. So apparently they have been going through this for 6 years, according to Brianna. The entire time they've been married, he's controlling. He sets he has this image on social media that he's a God-fearing man. He believes in God. Everything is about God. She says he's not a believer in God at all. He's a total narcissist. He's an abuser. All of this is now coming out. So it's like it's total opposite of what we've seen on camera. That's why I say you can't never judge a book by its cover. You don't know what goes on in people's house. And then it's the people in the comments that are actually arguing about what's going on and trying to give their take on what's going on in their home. You don't know what that man did, what she did, what they didn't do, because you weren't there. So you can't judge somebody's life and say you know something happened or you don't know something happened because you weren't there. All you can do is listen to both sides, listen to what everybody had to say, and say pray for them and keep on moving. And don't judge your life and don't live your life based off of what you see. All you can do is pray for people and keep it moving. Now, what I think, as far as the family, the sister is saying, the sister's like, you don't know my brother. I know my brother. This is what she's telling telling the people when she was doing her video. I know my brother. My brother raised us. My brother raised, and my brother did not do this. My brother is not a woman beater. My brother this and my brother that. I'm not going to let you lie on my brother. Now, see, this is where women go wrong, and this goes for, and I'm not going to just say Black women because it's in all cultures. This is what we do wrong as women. When we have brothers, when we have uncles, sons, what we do wrong as women is we are protective of these men because we love them. They are our family members, right? We're protective of them. But when they get into relationships, this is where the relationship that we have with them, the lines become blurred because now it's toxic and unhealthy when we start getting into their relationship and judging that girl relationship with your uncle, brother, son, the male figure that you love. That relationship with the girl is totally different. You cannot do what that girl can do for him, right? It's not healthy to have a relationship with your son, with your brother, with your uncle, with your male family member, as though you're protective, as though you're stepping in and you're going to defend your brother against their partner. That's not your business. That's not your place. Your place is to love. Your place is to understand. Your place is to be there for either one of them, but your place is not to meddle. Your place is not to put what you feel into their relationship because you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Your brother, your uncle, your son can show you a total different personality and a total different image than he shows his girlfriend, than he shows the person that he's intimate with. Those are two different types of relationships. And that's toxic. It's not healthy to be that engrossed in the male's life like that. You got to step back. You got to step back. The sister just automatically, my brother didn't do that. You don't know. And judging every little thing. Well, if her hand was broke or her finger was broke, why didn't she have this brace on? And she could have got that brace from the drugstore. You can't judge when you don't live with them. You don't know what goes on. Your brother has a totally different relationship with his intimate partner than he has with you. You don't know what he do behind closed doors. And it's always typical for sisters and mothers of males to automatically side with their brother, male, the person that they love. They automatically side with them because they are jealous of that female. It's always the element that you can't trust her. In the video, Mr. Latruth's sister said, literally said, I told my brother that he wouldn't be able to trust her, that she was no good. So you automatically telling the brother that the girl is no good when you at their wedding ceremony, you telling him that she's no good. Then when something happens, see, I told you, it's called planting seeds. You could be planting seeds, dropping off these little things. And if a person is involved in DV, you could be saying something and then that you could be dropping that seed in his head. And then you're unknowingly starting arguments. You're starting things that you don't got shit to do with. You shouldn't even be planting those type of seeds. You see something, you think that she ain't no good, you keep that to yourself. Your job is to just love your brother and be there for your brother when things go bad, if they ever go bad. But to plant a seed like that and to drop off that type of negativity, you could be doing more harm than good. Because when a person is, the reason why I say that is I was in a situation like that, right? Where my ex, him and his mom had a bond like that. His mom didn't like me from the start. I couldn't win. The mom, the sister, none of them. They didn't like me from the start. Oh, that girl is this, that girl is that. She ain't this, she ain't that. And I ended up staying with this man for 20 years, having children by him, being the total opposite of what they said I was. I was there for him when they wouldn't even be there for him. But it was nothing I could do right. I couldn't do nothing good by these people. And I spent a lot of years trying to please them and please him at the same time. So the mom, what she would do all day, I'd be at work. And if they would be talking on the phone, she would spend majority of the day just talking shit about me. Then when I get home and me and him get together, we're arguing over shit that she done said to him all day. I'm spending hours on end having to defend myself against statements that she done made and been whispering in his ear all day. We're fighting physically because he's angry over shit that she done planted. And it might have not even have been true. So that's why there's a lot of things that, you might mean well as a sister and a mother and all that. But if you have someone where they're in a domestic violence relationship, you could be doing more harm than good when you are saying these things to your loved one. I don't think she no good. I think she might cheat or she might do these things. And if you got someone that is a narcissist, he's abusive, he's already jealous, he's already possessive, he's already thinking these things. So when the sister and the mom is saying this type of shit, he might go home and beat her because of the things that you said. And she might have not even been doing these things. That's why you got to watch out. Words have power. You got to watch what you be saying. I'm not saying that that's what they went through. I'm saying from my own perspective, that happened to me. So that's why you have to watch what you say to these men, because you don't know what they go home and do. So I just felt like the sister, I feel like everybody, they all are having, like, why is everybody running to social media? I didn't even know he had a sister. Child, I didn't know that she looked like that. I mean, she was very rough around the edges and very, just very aggressive. And I was just like, wow, I didn't even know that he had a sister. And I pictured her being a little different than what I saw. Her presentation was just very aggressive. So I'm like, can you imagine being up against that in their, family dynamic? Can you imagine Brianna being up against that type of sister? If what you are saying is correct, then your breakup wasn't because of you or your husband, it was the damn in-laws. Yeah, a lot of it was the in-laws. But he was violent, you know what I'm saying? So our relationship broke up because of his violence, his temper, and his anger. But the in-laws played a lot of part in it. And a lot of times the women, I just really hate to say it, but I've experienced it, because they don't like you. They can even know that the man is abusive, and they purposely say the shit so he can go home and beat you. So I mean, if they're that evil, they will do that. I've been there. Trust me. I've been there where I have been assaulted in front of his mom, and she did nothing. She stood there and watched as though I deserved it. Put her in her place. That's right. She had no business doing this. She had no business saying that. I was actually, my wrist was actually twisted right in front of his mom, when we were like in the beginning of our marriage. And she sat right there while he was twisting my arm, did nothing, sat right there and watched it. So there was things that she would say and do, like I felt like she would want to see me get so quote unquote punished. So sometimes they can do things just to see you get beat or abused. So I'm looking at the sister, and I'm watching it on camera, and I'm like, I've been there. I've been there. And like I said, this conversation might be a little um triggering for people. I don't want to lose subscribers, but this is just something that I wanted to talk about. And if it's triggering, I don't want you to unsubscribe. Just leave. You know what I mean? Don't be like, oh God, I don't want, please don't judge me. Please don't judge, my past, or judge, and even to this day, um, I have to watch like how I feel about some things. Like, no, it wasn't my fault. No, this didn't happen because I did something. I mean, you can get caught up into that trap when you're in domestic violence. You feel like it's something you did. Well, the in-laws don't like me because I'm, I got a smart mouth, or because I'm this. They say I'm uppity. The sister said that about Brianna. She was uppity. She's very bougie because her dad and them, how they raised her. She's used to getting everything she wants. That, I mean, it's very typical. I'm listening to the sister, and I'm like, very typical. It's always the looks can play a part in it. I'm looking at the sister, and I'm looking at Brianna. I'm like, look how the sister looked, very rough around the edges, versus how Brianna looked. It'd be a jealousy thing sometimes. Oh, she thinks she's pretty. Oh, she thinks she's she's a kept woman. She's uppity. She's spoiled. She wanted my brother to spoil her because she's used to being spoiled. You know what I'm saying? So that's how she came across. So I can almost guarantee that sometimes, even if he did do something to Brianna, she would say, well, she deserved it. Because did you hear in the conversation, she also said, well, if he did throw the tote on her, it was only after she hit him. It was only after she maced him. She did this, she did that. He had enough, and he fought back. She was making an excuse for the DV. Yes, I basically did. I'm glad you made it out with your life. Accepting the situation for what it was, just abusive, is the first step of healing. Yep. And it was definitely abusive. I was in a very abusive relationship for a very long time. Yep. Um, you know, so when I'm listening at the sister, I'm like, wow, I've been right there. You know what I'm saying? Where this is happening to you, and they're going through it publicly. So can you imagine millions of people judging your life, judging whether or not this happened to you? You got to prove, you feel like you got to prove to the world that he was putting his hands on you because he's coming out saying that he wasn't. First of all, this is nobody's business. This is private. I'm just mad at all of them for even putting this shit public. It's private. This shouldn't even be on the internet, but they live public lives. So it's public. And then they feel like She probably, when you're in a domestic violence situation, it's already hard for you to leave. There's so many reasons why you stay. And people, the first thing they say, well, if he was abusing you, if he was doing all these things, why did she stay? Why she stay that long? If he was hitting her, why she ain't had bruises? Like, these are the kinds of things. And it's almost like it's your fault because you don't got bruises to show. Oh, they done healed up by now. I didn't take pictures and show nobody. Like, why do you got to prove that somebody was beating you? Like, this is what we got to stop doing to women. But Black people, it's like we do that. We have this trauma where we don't believe abuse. We don't believe our young kids, our daughters, when they say they've been abused by men. Oh, she was fast ass. She probably deserved it. She was walking around there with that short skirt. What did she do to get that man? She's so grown and fast. We all excuses. We second guess abuse. We question abuse. We question first before consoling and supporting. We question, we doubt, we second guess. And this is why victims don't come forward. This is why. This is why if Brianna was going through that, she ain't say nothing. Because nobody's going to believe me. They're going to think that I'm lying because they already show that they love their brother. They love him. They will support him no matter what. So can you imagine going up against something like that? Look how she was on camera. You already think that she's a gold digger. Listen how you spoke on her. You called her all these names, all this negative stuff, and then said, but if my brother is abusing women, I don't condone it. But you sat here and said all these negative things about this woman. You clearly don't like her. You clearly don't like her. Don't like her life. You said she was gold digging. She was going after your brother for clout, for your brother to build up her platform. Nobody knew this girl. She came out of nowhere. She claimed to be a model. She wasn't a model. Her. Nobody, newsflash, your brother ain't no celebrity, ma'am. Your brother was just an Instagram influencer. Nobody knows your brother like that. The whole world don't know your brother either. Hello? I hate to break it to you. Right. It is a receipt society that we live in, is true. But you can't prove DV unless you see it. Right. And the receipts is going to be people saying that they went through it, unless there's pictures. If there's no pictures, then your word has to be acceptable. And that's going to be a hard thing for a woman because we're already questioned and second guessed when we say that we've been abused. We have to be liars first, and then we have to prove that we're not lying. So how can you prove and how can you have a receipt with DV? You can't have a receipt unless it's proof in pictures, right? You automatically are a liar. Automatically, you're a liar. I hate this for Brianna. It's not on me to judge and say, well, I think it's true. Well, it looks like he looks like this and he looks like he could be this. It's not on me to say that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't live with these people. I don't know what they went through. All I know is when you are going through domestic violence and you, unfortunately, the mothers, the sisters, the aunties of the person that is the abuser, they typically take up for him, and the girl spends a lot of time trying to prove that this actually happened to her because they don't like her. They could care less what he's doing, and that's sad. Because they don't like her, it's almost as if it's acceptable because they don't like her and because they're jealous of her. It's like, what is it about her that you don't like? Like, that's unhealthy for you to have that type of animosity for someone that's with your brother. That's your brother. That's not your boyfriend. And see, those are the relationships that are toxic in families. That's not your boyfriend. That's your brother. You can't do what that wife or girlfriend can do for your brother. Whole different dynamic. Whole different dynamic. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Talk amongst yourself in the chat. I gotta run in here in my house real quick. Hold on. Right. So, that's where I was with this. I just felt like, um, the situation is sad. I mean, they have built, they built a pretty comfortable lifestyle, I guess, with the amount of followers they have amassed and the financial, hold on, guys. Hold on. Hey guys. All right. Yeah. So, whether or not it was true or not true, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the angle that I was wanted to come at with this video today, because it's not for me to judge and say whether he was doing it or he wasn't doing it. She said that's what she's been going through. And all I say is that's why you can't judge social media by pictures and videos. You never know what's going on in somebody's house. Everything that looks perfect, everything that glitter ain't gold. So these couples, these internet couples, and these social media influencers that are couples, they spend that's their job. Their job is to make you think that life is perfect. So you follow them. So you like their pictures. And that's how they make their money. But they live in total lifestyles, different lifestyles once the camera's off. So it's never surprises me when I hear about domestic violence that, oh, he's not really what it appears. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. I mean, that's not surprising to me. I don't never look at these pictures and think that's how their life is. A picture is a picture. Pictures are very strategic. Videos are very intentional. These people don't just do these skits and do these pranks, and that's just really what it is. None of those pranks are real. They're all scripted. You really think people are going around in their house throwing baby powder on each other? Boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife, they're throwing baby powder on each other. They're throwing Crisco on it, water balloons, all these little shit that they be doing on these videos. People are so jaded by social media these days. They really believe it. They really believe that. And then you get, so the people be in the comments, oh my God, you guys' house is probably so fun. Meanwhile, he's slapping the shit out of her when the cameras are off. Oh my God, you're so pretty. Oh, your husband lusting after people's life, and you have no idea what they go through. There have been people, there's this one girl on YouTube. She says she spent 5 days in their house, and it was so much tension in there, a knife could cut through the tension. That he was very rude, that he was ignorant, he's very controlling, all of these things, manipulative, everything. Social media is intentional. It's all planned. He's got people writing his captions. That don't surprise me. That don't surprise me at all. What surprises me is that the people that are surprised by it, people that are surprised by, oh my God, that's not really how they were living. Oh my God, those videos and pictures aren't real. That's what surprises me, that grown people are so misled by social media. I'm never shocked by domestic violence claims because, like I said, I've been through it myself. And like I said, the families, the women, the mothers, the sisters, the aunts of these men, they are always jealous of the girl. And it's like, you don't never know if they know or not, if the man is putting his hands on a girl. Are they intentionally saying things about her so she can get her ass whooped? If I don't like you, I want my brother to whoop your ass, kick off in your ass, because I don't like you. I've been there. Been there. How do you not like somebody? Like, I just never understood these women that when your brother or son or somebody introduces a girl to you, you automatically just don't like them because you're the mom. I'm the only woman in his life. I'm the only woman in my son's life. Like, what? What is that all about? You are not his girlfriend. That's what I was met with when I got with my ex-husband. I remember it was wintertime. I remember it like it was yesterday. And the mom wanted a coat. She wanted a winter coat. Hey, dear Yvette, my member. She wanted a winter coat. And she told him, well, you got her now. Don't forget about me. Don't forget about what you promised you're going to do for me. Lady, he's not going to forget buying you a coat. But you automatically just didn't like me because you felt threatened. You looking at me as now here goes another girl that's in the picture that's going to take from me financially. Don't forget about your mother. How would he ever forget about you? You are his mother. You don't got to prove nothing to him. I could never take your place. But that is how some women are. It's very toxic, and it's just not appropriate. That is not a relationship that you had with your son or your uncle or your brother, whatever the role is that the male is. That is your family. The girl that he's with, you can't do what she can do. Total different relationship. Why are you trying to have that role in his life? Why are you trying to take that place? You know what I'm saying? That place ain't never going, you ain't going to never be moved out the way. The girl is just his girl. She's adding to his life. It's not removing you. But see, that's what some of these women think. So, like I said, the girl, his sister, I was just very thrown off by her video. I was like, wow, that's your brother. Why are you so, what are you so upset about? Oh, she thinks she's this and she thinks she's uppity. You know, that's how her dad and them raised her, and that's how her dad and them treat her. She's spoiled. And I told my brother from the get-go, she not a good girl. She had nothing but negative things to say about this girl. And she's the mother of your niece. She had nothing but negative things about her. And I'm looking at the way she looked, ugly, and I'm looking at Brianna, pretty. So you're looking at her automatically when he bought her around. She has the ditty. She's uppity. And that could be the farthest. So you're judging her by that. So now anything that she come to you with that your brother might have done, you would have automatically not believed her. That's why she ain't tell you. Because she knew you wasn't going to believe her. I bet you her sister knew. I bet you Brianna's sister knew. Brianna's family knew. Because she could talk to them. But his family did not know, because his family, and if they did know, it strikes me as they would make an excuse for why he was doing what he was doing. You hear what the sister said? Well, they trying to say she threw a 1 pound tote. A 1 pound tote can't break your finger. If you hit somebody hard enough with something, you could break their finger with a tote. A tote is heavy. A tote that you put clothes in is heavy. I'm sorry, ma'am, but you know, as rough around the edges as she looked, I mean, damn, I guess you used to get knocked upside the head with things. I guess you felt like you could take a tote to the head, or take a tote to the finger. I guess as delicate and dainty as Brianna is, she couldn't take a tote to the face or a tote to the finger. It broke her finger. She was trying to make excuses for it. Well, he got tired of her putting her hands on him. So she, he hit her with the tote. Like, you can't make excuses. No type of abuse is okay or acceptable. No type of hitting or violence is acceptable, ma'am. Some women, though, they make excuses for why men do this, why men do that. And if it's their brother, uncle, it's all better because it's acceptable, because you love them. So you're protective of them. And that's toxic. That's not the right kind of relationship to be in. Hold on for a second, guys. All right. So yeah, guys, that's where I was at with it. I'm hopefully I didn't ruffle any feathers. I'm really not trying to be judgmental of him, and men that suffer being abusers and actually being the victimizers, they're broken. They need love. They need counseling. They need help. They need to figure out why it is they do what they do. So it's not throw him away. Throw his ass away. He's no good. Some people are just bad seeds, though. There are some people that, unfortunately, you're just not going to be able to reach them. But, accountability, acknowledging that you have this issue and wanting to change, I think is what, men, they need professional help with it. And they got to acknowledge that they're actually doing it and they have a problem with it. I'm not a man, so I don't know how. I'm not an abuser. I don't know how that goes. I've just been on the other side. And I know it takes a lot to walk away. It's not easy. A lot of people say, why do you stay and somebody's kicking off in your behind? Why do you let them do that? It's a lot. It's a lot. It's not easy to just pick up and leave. There's children, it's a lot of it's definitely financial because you're not used to being able to do things on your own, 2-parent household. Women want that fairy tale. They want to be with the man that they got kids by. You know how that go. Women will live a fake ass fairy tale just to say that they're in a relationship, just to say that they stayed with their husband and they did it with the same man that they got kids by. There's a lot of reasons that women will stay in these relationships and really be going through hell. But it takes courage to get up and leave, and you can do it. If you're in that type of situation now, let me tell you, you can do it. You are worth it. You're worth it. Your kids are worth it. Trust me, your kids are watching it. They see it. It's good to get out of it now. If the kids are young, get out. Do not stay. They will not change, especially if they don't want to change. They will not change. It will not stop. It will just get worse and worse. It will escalate. I'm telling you, ladies, and I can't even say that, she wanted to be with him for clout. You know what I'm saying? Because she knew he was Mr. Latruth. The sister was, she built her platform off my brother. Now that she's got millions of followers, she want to leave my brother. No, maybe now that she's got all of this and she feels like, you know what? I'm tired of living this fairy tale facade, faking it for all these millions of people. Can you imagine the pressure of living a lie in front of millions, knowing that your life is not real? And you see these comments that everybody, y'all look so cute. I bet you your house is like this. And you know it's not. Girl, pack up and go. You're still young. Get out. Get out while you can. Get out while you can. Maybe now she's financially stable. Like she said, self-love. She's on a self-love journey. Nothing wrong with that. But see, people that are wounded, that are broken, get that, and we get jealous and mad at it. Self-love. Oh, she got all these subscribers now. She got all these followers now. So she thinks she all high sedity. Self-love. Yeah, self-love. That's first. That's key. The sister was saying this. Oh, she's full of shit. All that meek and mild manner. That's not real, y'all. She's really something else. Wanting us to believe that she's not meek and mild mannered. We want, she's like you, rough, wild around the edges. Because the sister said, I used to be the wild one. I'm the one that was in fighting all the time. So I can look at you and see what type of woman you are. Then you look at Brianna and I'm like, okay, you're jealous of her because of how she appears and how you come across and how you appear. Like, girl, you're jealous. You jealous. That's what it is. So jealousy and all of that, plays a part in why these women will turn a blind eye and act like they don't know that the girl being abused when they know. They know. You're telling the truth. I too am a survivor of DV now in a healthy marriage and a licensed DV counselor. Congratulations, Denise. Yes, I am out of that. For the past few years, I've been out of it. There still is some lingering after effects. We have kids, and I still have to try to stay away from him, even with trying to visit with the kids. I mean, it's just a lot. He's very violent, doesn't want me to move on with anyone else, still feels as though I belong to him, very possessive. It's a dangerous situation to be in. I can't even let him know where I live. Like, it's that deep. So I really been through hell with him, but I'm actually in a place in my life now where I'm at peace. I'm healthy. My children are healthy. We have healthy states of mind. We're at peace, because it used to be hell in my house. Pins and needles. Everybody was on pins and needles. You can't say what you really feel. You can't live how you really. It's really hard to live with a person that is an abuser, because they are very controlling. Even if they don't put their hands on the kids even feel it. They feel what you're going through, because the atmosphere that they create in the house. Everyone is just always worried about what dad is going to be acting like today. What kind of mood is dad in? If dad is in a bad mood, then the whole house is just quiet. It's eerie. Yeah, is he going to hit mom today? Is he going to hit me today? Are they going to fight today? You know what I'm saying? Am I going to have to hear my mom getting beat up today? It's just not a good thing for the kids to see and for people to remain in. If you can get out of it, get out. You know. So hey Marva, my member. Hey, speak with your girl Marcella. So I'm finally in a place and in a space, me and the kids, where this summer, was it this summer? Yeah. No, I think it was the summer before last. No, it was not this summer, but the summer before last, we actually went to Ocean City, Maryland. No, I think it was the summer that just passed. No, it was the summer before last. We went to Ocean City, Maryland, and I got a little condo for the kids, and we stayed there for a few days. And that was like our first vacation without him. And we actually enjoyed ourselves. We didn't have to, get up at the crack of dawn. If you didn't want to go to the beach, you didn't have to. The kids, brought their game. My son bought his game and actually played his game one day instead of going out with me and Kayla to the arcade and to the racetrack. My oldest daughter did her thing. She did we didn't all go do all the same things. If you didn't want to do it, you didn't do it. If you got up at 10, you got up at 10. You didn't get up at 6. You did your thing. You breathed. And I actually cried. I think I got a video about it. We cried. I actually cried because people were saying, "Oh, you're showing off. You just trying to show off." People were in the comments, "Oh, you trying to show off where you at and all this." I'm like, if only you knew how it took, what it took to get here to this point. If only you knew the rejoicing we doing right now. Nobody's showing off. We're showing off our peace. I wasn't trying to show off money and finance. I'm showing off my peace, showing off how great we were feeling just being away without having to be controlled. Y'all don't know. That's small things like that is what you miss when you're in a domestic violence relationship. When you're in a relationship with a controlling person, it's hell. 40, oh, damn. 45 years ago, at 55 years old, and I still remember every beating he gave my mother, who stayed in the marriage because of me, my brother and sister. and fear of losing her life. And his family knew. I am so sorry for that. I'm so sorry, Diva. We have so in the comments, and I have a lot of subscribers that are survivors, a lot of women, courageous women. And that's why I say you just never know what people are going through. Unfortunately, it is in our community, the Black community, heavy. We are just a broken race. We have been through a lot in our culture. It stems from just years and years and generations of abuse. And it's just been passed down. And unfortunately, it's going to take, a lot of healing and a lot of love to get over some of the things that we've all been through. But women, you can make it out. It just takes courage. Takes courage. You got to take that first step. Got to take that first step. And you do remember, I remember every instance. I remember every instance that I've been through with my husband. Every piece. I remember every clue that he gave me before we got married. Every warning sign. I remember all the little shit like, damn. I remember everything. I have a picture, like I say, I got a picture that I look at from time to time, and I know exactly what was going on with me in that picture. I can even see the bruise on my eye, like how my eye looked because I had got punched in my eye. And that picture I took was a few days afterwards, maybe like a week afterwards, after the swelling had went down some, but you still can tell which eye it was. And I look at that picture from time to time just to remind myself, like, yep, where I've come from, and I'm never going back to that. My dad beat my mom, and she picked me up thinking he would stop. I have a cut on my head. I watched my mother's mouth bleed always. I made her hate me. It made her hate me. Oh, wow, Marcella. Yeah. See, it's just, we've been through, we've been through so much. Great. I'm so excited and proud of you ladies at Sweet Pea, at Denise. Any DV survivor. There is no judgment zone in this corner. I am so proud of you, sisters. Thank you. It's a lot. It is a lot. Many people needs to stop turning a blind eye and stand up. Yup, yup. Hey, misbehaving. Yup, yup. But see, like I said, I oh, Faye. Um, I no, that's not gonna do that. Why would you do that? Because I've seen people do it before. Don't do that. Yeah. Um, but like I said, I really believe that some of these women that are these, the sisters and stuff like that of these men, they be doing this stuff on purpose. Like the way she was talking about Brianna was like, damn, you don't like her. So you wouldn't believe her even if she said and told you, you would make an excuse to what he was doing. It's just sad. It's sad. But I just wanted to talk about that really briefly. I don't know if, everybody even knew who these people were, but I felt like I wanted to just have a little conversation about it and encourage any woman that is experiencing domestic violence, encourage her that she can get out, that she doesn't have to stay, that you don't got to be a victim all your life, that you can walk away, that you can do it. Even if it's just you with your children, you can pick up and have a life. You don't got to stay in that. And it's not your fault. It's not you. It's not anything you're doing to deserve it, right? Because people will make you feel like you deserve that, or that's just all you're going to have and settle for in life. Well, I guess this is just all I'm going to get. Yep. Like, this is just me. And that's not the case. There's someone out there that will love you. There's someone for everyone. You don't got to take that. Yep. There's someone that will love you wholeheartedly, that will love you unconditional, flaws and all. that will truly love you. Love don't hurt. Love isn't violent.
And just like you told me the other day, when you're created,
that's my daughter in the background, y'all.
You're created along with someone else.
Right.
A pair.
Right. Like your soulmate is out there. When God created you, he created you. Your soulmate is out there.
You didn't get yours till you were in your 40s.
I mean, it took me a long time to get where I'm at right now. So, you guys just be encouraged. We have to love ourselves, not to tolerate abuse in any form. And women, we're on, it's sad to say it, but women are really on, we men really, some men just really don't like us. They're just out to get us. They're just out to harm us and hurt us. And we got to identify those men. There are some men that just don't like women. And they're not gay or anything like that. They just don't like women.
Resentful.
Right. They are resentful of women. They resent women, maybe because they were abused by their mothers, or
by women who are successful.
They could be intimidated by women who are successful. All of that, So you just have to identify that, and it's just really a lot, and you just gotta identify it and don't stay in it, don't live in it. Just pack up and just go. Incognito baby mama terrorist. I like that. Yup, and that's the sad truth. There are just some men that just, I don't know what you're doing. You can't turn when I'm going straight, dear. Yeah, it's just some men that just don't like women, and that's just the God's honest truth, and they got to deal with that. So yeah, I'm just gonna wrap that up. We are talking about Mr. Latruth and Mrs. Latruth. I just pray for them. I wish the best. Sometimes better off apart. Thank God Brianna made it out, and no one was harmed even more than maybe what she was. I don't know if there's a tape or something of them. I don't know. I almost want to say, was there a tape of them fighting or something like that got out? I'm just glad that, she made it out. He's fine, she's fine, and don't get me wrong. Women can be, women can be the abusers too. It's not always just men. So no one should be putting their hands on anyone. We need to keep our hands to ourselves. We need to learn that we can argue, we can have disagreements and fights, and we don't got to hit each other. We don't got to be violent. Keep your hands to yourself. We got to learn that, But, oh my God, I just want people to, the pictures, the videos, these internet celebrities, these social media influencers, that shit ain't real. Not real. Never judge a book by its cover. Never look at those photos and videos and lust after anybody else's life. Want your own life. Don't never want what you see someone else have. You don't know what they took, what it took to get that. You don't know how they got that.
And you'll never get.
And yeah, you'll never get what somebody else got because that's theirs. You go after yours.
What's meant for you.
Yes, what's meant for you is meant for you. Somebody else's life ain't yours. But you should never want what you see because you don't know what they took to get that. And you don't know what's keeping them there. You don't know what they doing to keep that mess. So, child, want your own life and build up your own life. That's what I say. And stop thinking that this social media is real. So I'm out, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. Praying for all of our survivors and victims. I am here for anyone that ever needs to talk. You guys can DM me. I always say this. Anytime we have a conversation like this, I truly mean that. If you are a victim, if you are a survivor, and you ever need to talk, I'm here. I'm here for listening. You need to vent. I'm here for you. You can always reach out to me on Instagram. You can DM me at SweetPea78. All right? So you guys be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch y'all on the next video. Bye, you guys. Love you. Stay safe. Bye.